Hi, welcome. Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, Stamping with Denise. Glad you made it. I was on there for a second and I had a notice that I had low internet connection, so I decided I was better off to just log off and log back on. So while people are getting on here, I am going to see about okay, very good. Has everyone had a nice weekend? I did. I can't believe it's the middle of August. What is it? It's the 19th. I can't believe summer's almost over. Here in Michigan, the winters get so cold and I get so tired of it. I told my husband I need to move somewhere where it's in the 70s, 80s, 90s, 9 months out of the year, but that isn't happening. Okay. Got a couple people on. Thank you for joining us. We remember, if you share my video, you get a chance to win the project I'm making tonight. Please comment. Tell me what you like about the project. Is there something you'd like me to do in future Facebook Lives? I'd be glad to do that. I have a fun technique tonight that I had seen but had never tried, so I got online, found a tutorial, and I think it looks pretty cool, so I'm going to share it with you tonight. Like I said, please share my video and get a chance to win the project I make. Last week I made this cute card using the tag topper punch, and the winner for that was Cynthia Gallegos. So Cynthia, I'll be sending that out to you here in the next couple days. So thank you for sharing and being a supporter of Stamping with Denise. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put the phone up in the holder. I am going to show you some swaps I got last week. And I think I have figured out how to make it so I don't have to turn the projects around for you to see it, so you can see it the same way I am. So we're going to give this a try and see if this works. Hang on tight. I'm going to have to rotate the phone and put it up in the holder, and we'll get started. Okay, hopefully I didn't make you too dizzy doing that. Got a couple things I'm doing different this week. Yep, we have success there, good. Couple things I'm doing different. I got my orientation right, yay. I'm also on I have my computer open, my laptop instead of my iPad, because I found that I couldn't see comments or anything, and I guess it's some kind of thing going on with the iPad that's an issue. So, okay, well, while we're waiting, I'm going to show you some swaps I got. This one's called Always Thinking of You. I love this Magnolia Lane Designer Series paper. Actually, this was not a swap. This was a card I received from my upline, Tammy. So, but it was in the pile, so I decided to share that one with you. That was really pretty simple, easy to put together, very striking. I like this one. This uses some new product from the holiday catalog. Some Halloween. Let's see. Have a spooktacular Halloween. Let's see if there's a name on it. There's no name, so I can't give anyone any credit, but that's awfully cute. No tricks, just treats. I like that sentiment. That's cute. Here's a sneak peek at some of our designer series paper. This is Marvina Bloomfield who made this card. Cute, simple. I like it. I like these little gremlin looking guys down here. They're kind of cute. Okay, this one's in an envelope. Hopefully it doesn't glare. It says you've really outdone yourself. We have some of the flax ribbon. This looks like this is lovely lipstick. We have some of our designer series paper. This is Pat Scheenberger. Cute, cute card. And she used the I think it's called corrugated embossing fold. It's not one that I own, but I think that adds neat texture there. Here's one using our both sizes of daisy punches. The small one, looks like that might even be vellum there, I think so. Yeah, and the larger daisy friend. I mean, that could be any sentiment. You know what, that card's so pretty, I don't even know that you'd have to put a sentiment on it. but I love that. That's from Joanne Jeter. Nice card, Joanne. So these were from my team meeting that my upline did last week. This is uses the, oh, what is this set called? It's the nautical, I can't remember. No name on that, but I like how they punched out the hole in the anchor. You see the anchor's been embossed, and they put some twine in there, baker's twine. That's cool. So we swap. Everybody brings 15 cards. One card goes on the board, and the other 14 we swap. So I like this one. Just a note to say hello. This is a card that we made, or stamp set that we used in my class this month. Let me find it. And I'll tell you, it's not one that I would have seen immediately. This is the one in the crumb cake we did at my class this week, or this month. But I love it. It's so cute, makes some darling cards. And I like this alternative, and it looks like they've colored the clear, flower centers with maybe a blend. Let's see. No name on that one, so I can't give anyone credit. So, I like that stamp set quite a bit. This one's the All Geared Up. You remember that one from the Occasions catalog? You always got to have some masculine cards. Here is a Christmas card, Season's Greetings. Let's see, Cheryl Spitzley did this. I think this is some new product from the holiday catalog. So you're getting a little sneak peek. Love the pine cones. That ribbon is just gorgeous. It's a happy birthday card. Ooh, I like how they stamped the square knot on the inside. And I love those little trinkets. Those are so nice. No name on that one. Here's a nice simple flower one. Could be pretty much for any occasion. Just a thinking of you. Simply thankful for all good things. This is from the new holiday catalog. This is Nancy Bourne. That's who made that one. Love those colors. Wow, those are vivid. A little note. Now, I think this set is one of the hostess sets. I don't recall the name of it, but it's one that you can purchase with host rewards, and I think it's just darling. And they put I don't know if you can tell, they put a little Winkestella on those wings. Okay, here's a magnolia. Just simple, monochromatic. And then I'm assuming, I think that's Winkestella on those leaves. Just stunning. So pretty. That's by Trisha. I don't know what Trisha's last name is. And here's another one using the bird ballad. Actually, I realized I put this together. I closed this wrong. It kind of goes like that. Look at that. Isn't that cool? It's like a little strap to hold it closed. And then it opens up like that. And that was Nancy Jones' card. So, I don't want to bend it up too much, but I thought that was a clever idea. I like that one a lot. So anyway, I said we all make 15 cards. We put one on the board. Everyone votes. And then, we swap the rest. And I swapped, and my card won. The one that I made a few weeks ago on our live, where I put the Versamark on there and mixed the clear embossing powder and some of the the little glittery. It's escaping me. So I didn't have this label on it because this is a retired one, but so anyway, I'd made 15 of those and mine won, so I won some fun product. That's always nice when you can win something. Okay, so good. Tonight I am going to show you a technique that it was called whitewashing. I think that was what it was called. Yeah, the whitewashing. And I had never done it before, so I looked at a couple videos, and I think it's kind of cool. It looks best with a neutral colored paper. So for the cardstock, the one I'm going to do today, I'm not putting the green on. We're going to do it just right on the card base. This is crumb cake. It's half of an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. And this actually here, this panel, this was just me playing with it the very first time I did it. And I thought, well, no sense throwing away, I'll make it into a little card. So I am going to use the big flower out of the Beautiful Day stamp set. This is one of those, it's really nice for using a technique like this, or for like, you know, doing something where you're coloring on the inside. I had seen it done with the magnolia, but believe it or not, I don't have the magnolia set. So I had to find another kind of similar image sword. Okay, first thing we're going to be embossing. So what I'm going to do is taking my embossing buddy and rubbing it over the surface. And what the embossing buddy does is keeps the embossing powder from sticking anywhere that there isn't ink or Versamark. If you're not familiar with Versamark, it's like clear ink. It's like sticky ink. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to ink up my flower. And I know this block's a little big, but the one that it fit on better is already being used for something else, and I don't want to take it off because it's a placement issue. So I ink that up with the clear Versamark. You're really not going to see very much of this, here, but I'm going to put it right here. Okay. There you go. You can kind of see it on there. We're going to do another one. I love heat embossing. One of my favorite. I just think it has so much pow. Let me get that out of the way. And we're going to do it again up here. Let's put it right about there. Okay. So, and there is so many possibilities with this. So, okay. There you go. So I'm going to use the gold embossing powder. It's in there. Where's my sheet? I had a blank sheet of paper. I don't care how careful I am, I get embossing powder. So I put mine in little plastic containers and use a little spoon, because then I don't have to worry about, messing around with it. Just kind of put it on there and go. So what you do if you've never embossed before, you just pour it over. Make sure you got everything covered with embossing powder. So shake off your extra. See, this is where that embossing buddy I used in the beginning helps helps the embossing powder to not stick. And if you still have a little bit, you know what, you can always get a little brush and kind of move it out of your way. There you go. That's pretty good. I don't think it's as big an issue on a lighter colored cardstock as it is on a darker color. Okay, and you can see I've got some space down here that didn't get embossing powder on it. Let's see. Go with that one more time here. It may just be I'm not going to worry about it too much. Maybe I didn't get it inked up real good with Versamark, but you know what? I think it's okay. It's a handmade card. Didn't have to be perfect, right? Okay, so before you do anything else, you cover up your embossing powder, because you do not want to turn your heat gun on and have it blowing all over the place, okay? So this is going to be a little bit loud, but we're going to emboss the flowers, and you'll see how they are going to get bright and shiny. Let me get this out of the way here and throw this away. There we go. Good. Okay, hold on here. Here we go. There you go. Can you see how that's turning bright gold? I'm just melting that powder. Okay, we'll do the other one here. I just love this. It does get hot, so you have to watch your fingers. Okay, there you go. See how that's all nice and bright and shiny? Yeah, you do have to watch your fingers because it'll get hot. I used to have a plastic mat I had on my desktop. I melted that. So you do have to be careful. I think it might hurt the finish on woodwork too. So, okay, so the next thing I'm going to do, because this is a technique where it's going to get wet, when I do something like that, I like to put it, let me put it on this side. I like to use some old retired washi tape to kind of help hold it down while it dries, okay? And so that was one reason I left these corners like that. Okay. Like that. Because then as it dries, it'll help it stay flat. Okay. It's not real high tack, this washi tape is, but it does help. So I'm going to show you, we're going to get started on part of this. I'm going to show you and get a paper towel. So we're going to use the aqua painter. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that. It's a kind of a paintbrush that you can put water in. Now, always make sure that the brush is wet, which it is, but I'm not going to actually be putting water into my ink. So I'm taking my craft ink pad, okay? No, I have mixed emotions. I didn't like it as well because I thought it kind of dulled the gold. So you don't have to be quite as careful as I am. But I wanted to get a good... So I'm going to do this. I'm not going to do both. I've got one that's done, but I want to do at least a good share of one before I show you the next step here. So you're just going to... And you know, this is going to be... It's going to lighten as it dries. Okay, so you get the picture. I'm not adding any more water. My brush is just wet. So I don't use aqua painters near enough. Okay. And you know what? We're even going to do the flower too. And I'm being way more careful than all the other people were who I saw do this. But like I said, I thought it dulled the embossing powder, you know, where it was heated. Now, you know, when you do this, then you're going to have to let it dry a little bit. Alternately, you can use your heat gun to dry this, but I would be afraid that I would overheat the embossing powder, because you can do that. You can overheat it and then it's not shiny and it becomes kind of dull. So if I was doing something like this, I would rather just let it dry naturally. Again, I don't have much water, so it's not going to take long. So let me just hang on with me there, folks. Let me finish this flower here. There's only, gosh, what, less than 2 weeks left of that that special. If you join Stampin' Up, you get, instead of $125, you get $155 in product for $99, free shipping, and a paper pumpkin. So it's a great deal. If you're interested, let me know. And I'll be glad to get you hooked up. There's no requirement ever to sell anything, but it is a lot of fun to do. Okay, so I'm going to stop there because you guys get the idea with that, okay? Before you go on to the next color, you just want to make sure your aqua painter is clean. I put water through it, and I make sure there's no color. But of course this is white, so I can't tell if there's any color. Let me get a piece of color. Hold on, I have something right here. There's a piece of green. Let's see. Yeah, the white's pretty much gone. Good. Okay. Let's put this out of the way here, and I'll come back, and this will be make that into a card later. So, do the magic of television, sort of. Here's one that's done and it's dry, and we're going to start with the next step. And again, you know, if I would, this would have already been on the on the cardboard, but I wanted to. Again, I did it last night, so I'm going to tape this down with some washi tape. That one I'm a little closer to the corner on. So, what's your favorite technique to do? Like I said, I really like heat embossing a lot because I think it's so pretty. Okay, so you know what I'll do? I will start with the crushed curry, and I'm going to use that in the center of my flowers, okay? So again, I squeezed it. I probably didn't need to squeeze it because there was some in there from when I was playing with getting this all ready yesterday. Doing the very same thing. I'm just going to do the center flowers here, center part of my flowers. Now, one thing you want to be sure, if perhaps you accidentally put water in with your ink when you were, I like to dry that out before I close my ink pad up, just because, and I got a little bit of extra water here. I'm going to just kind of blot that. So I don't want all that water in my ink pad. So if there was a lot of water in there, I would certainly be wiping it out. Okay, so we're finished with the yellow. I'm going to clean my brush. Okay, the yellow's gone. Good. We'll do the green. I'm using Mossy Meadow. Whoops, I don't need to do that. And I may even have enough in here. It's going to do the leaves. Remember, it's going to dry lighter. And you can always, if it's too light, you can always add more. So light's okay. Let's see here. A little puddle there. Let me just. There we go. Okay, that's the green. That was the Mossy Meadow. We'll be coming back to that here in a minute. Let me clean that off here. Okay, good. And finally, I mean, you could leave them pretty. They're pretty like that as a white. But I'm using the Rococo Rose, which is one of our new in colors. These new stamp pads are a little bit harder to get some of the ink into the lid. And if you aren't having good luck with that, you can certainly even just put a little drop of re-inker in there, or you can use a clear block to like a palette, to put the re-inker on, and so you can see me do. I'm just kind of going over the white and giving it pink color. Again, I'm more careful with it than the other ladies in the other videos I saw, but like I said, I didn't like the way particularly that it turned out. And the great thing about flowers is, or any of these images that we have that are things in nature, nothing's perfect. So whatever you do, probably not going to be a problem. So there we go. Now I tried, you know, the stamp set that this image came out of also had that big butterfly. And I tried that too on the crumb cake. I heat embossed it with black, and then I used pumpkin pie. Got kind of muddy. It was a little bit, I don't know, I wasn't too happy with it. So I put some, I went over the pumpkin pie with what I used, Calypso Coral. It was better, but still not exactly the color I was looking for. So sometimes I think you're gonna have to play, see what color, you know, how it comes out. And a lot of it depends on your base too. So, okay, almost done with the pink on this one. And then again, you know, you do the other flower with the pink, and then you let it dry completely. And really, then it can be, you could consider it done unless you wanted to touch up. I see a couple places it's a little hard with the glare. There we go. Okay, that's it. I'm not going to do the other one because you've seen me do that one. And that is that. So close that up. I'll set this over to the side till we're finished later. And so this is what it came out. So I think it's kind of pretty. Again, it doesn't, this one doesn't have a mat on it with the mossy meadow, but that's okay. I am going to then stamp the thank you with the mossy meadow. And where's my piece of cardstock? Would be nice. Again, because this is photopolymer, you need a little cushion or something. I see some friendly faces there. I see Lisa and Nakia and Annie, Wendy. Hi. Everybody, thank you for joining me. So I'm going to punch this little thank you out. And I was thinking, it looks, let me cover my ink up because I will have my hand in it. Look, the brown on brown, or you know, the crumb cake on crumb cake is okay, but I don't think it's great. So I am going to, I punched out a piece of the mossy meadow with the same punch, and I'm just going to kind of back it, I think. Okay. So it's kind of a last minute, so let me get my piece of that. And just give it a little bit of a frame. I like to do this, it makes it pop. So there we go. Whoops. Put this on here like this. There we go, couple of dimensionals. And really, you could put